I'm interested in your background that you are bringing to this discussion. You sound like you have a finance background.
I have a finance background. I was an executive at Royal Bank of Canada in the group risk management credit area, so we actually reviewed customer forecast budgets. I also dealt with municipal financings, but not the City of Vancouver's financing.
Have you reviewed the budget in any detail?
I've tried to plow through as much as I can in the time allotted, yes.
Do you have any general comments about the structure of the budget?
Well, there's a lot of material in the budget, and I think it could be presented in a much more streamlined fashion so that it would make easier decision-making for yourselves. We would not, as a practical matter, accept something that large to deal with a company that was relatively the same size as the City of Vancouver.
You have companies that are roughly the same size as the City
in terms of a revenue line, absolutely. Just in terms of sheer size of borrowings, $600 million is not unusual to deal with. In terms of a revenue line of $1.8 billion, I've dealt with lots of those companies. So
if you were making decisions on $600 million revenue streams or $1.6 or $1.8 billion, you're saying that this would not be what you would be expecting in terms of documentation? No,
I would expect something a little more, less. I mean, my thought as I was going through this, you have some people that want to give you the forest, which is really big picture. Some people want to give you the trees, and this feels like we're looking at the roots in some cases. So it's incredibly detailed, and it's really difficult to actually take a step back and look at it and say, well, actually, what is really going on here? Because there's such a high level of detail that you really can't take a step back and say, this doesn't make sense to me. You really have to actually take a step back and look at it and then say, so why is it that they're doing some of these things? And that's, in some cases, it didn't jump out at me as to why some of these things were happening.
So we're looking at, I don't know how much time I've got left, but we're looking at the increases in the areas of service gaps and new investment increases, and I'm forgetting one more there. But they're all looking at the increases over the existing budget. Do you have any suggestions about looking at the pre-existing, the status quo and the capital budgets?
Well, I think it's always good to actually do time series analysis to really actually look and say, where have we come from, where are we going, and why are we, if we're seeing big step-ups, which we are here, why is that actually happening if you back out inflation as an impact? And then turn around and look at other municipalities that are similarly sized, have similar issues, and say, so if they're doing it better, why are they, if they can do it for less, what are we doing that they're not?
Thanks very much. That's
Thank you.
3 minutes. So